The boss, Nina, Eli, and Kevin. 4 people that essentially make up the main portion of the new Saints. It's not a secret that the community has been very vocal about these certain characters, and I don't blame you guys one bit. Some may claim I'm a sellout or a shill because I haven't absolutely trashed on this game yet, but in reality, I'm just a very big Saints Row fan, and I want this game to be good so bad. When you look at the actual constructive criticism from both sides of the spectrum, there are people who bring up some good points. It's kind of crazy to me that the community has never been so divided, and we had to sit through a lot of bad stuff in the past. But hey, I get it. Saints Row 4 was a game of its time. At that point, the Saints Row franchise was getting crazier and crazier with every game. With the reboot, we got teased with that wall that gave us the false impression that we were going to get a straight up gangsta game. I can understand both sides of the community, honestly. Rather than your typical, oh, you don't like the new cast?
You're a hater and you're racist.
Or the classic, you're defending this game?
You're a sellout shill. Enjoy your purple sweater from Deep Silver.
When people actually take the time to sit down and offer some real criticism about the game, that's what I can respect. Which is why, for the most part, I seriously understand why the community is divided at the moment and can understand where both sides are coming from. The Saints Row Twitter has recently released some new insight regarding the game and specifically dive into the multiple main characters of the reboot. Today we'll look into it and do some analyzing and then give some final thoughts. If we make our way to the Saints Row website, ooh, look what we have here. Police mugshots. They're really trying to push that whole student debt thing to the side and emphasize more on the criminal aspect of these gang
friends.
Well, I'll give Volition credit for trying to push that more hardened criminal narrative after the backlash they've received. Anyways, let's move on to the description of the characters. Starting with Nina. Nina is the best getaway driver in the business and has had a long association with Los Panteros. She wants out of the gang life but leans into it for the sake of her crew. Nina has had a deep-seated love of cars all her life and knows them inside out. When it comes to getting her hands dirty, Nina is a natural. Moving on to the mugshot page. Witnessed as getaway driver in multiple armed robberies. Also wanted in connection with stolen antiquities. Known longtime family affiliate of the Los Panteros gang. Initiated into gang operations at a young age. Wanted for multiple counts of vehicle theft. Professional driving skills displayed but unconfirmed. Okay, that actually sounds really nice. I said this before and I'll say it again. Nina is looking like she is going to be the strongest supporting character out of the main cast of people that we've seen so far. From the looks of it, Nina can somewhat be compared to Lynn, as they are both considered great drivers. Not only that, but Volition seems to really be emphasizing that she's a badass, so that's some more proof that she resembles Lynn in a sense.
How come I've never heard of you?
'Cause I got tits.
Is that what you call those?
Moving on to Eli. Eli is a business mastermind. Making money is more important to him than the moral issue of how that money is made. Eli is driven and determined, and doesn't mind too much if a few people get hurt along the way. He came to Santo Ileso to make a fortune as an entrepreneur, to build a business for himself. He just didn't realize at the time that the startup he was going to build was a criminal empire. Moving on to the mugshot page, it states the following. Identified in failed armed robbery. Suspect escaped when officers were overwhelmed. Fugitive warrant issued. Calculated individual. When apprehended, fugitive foreign innocence convincingly until rescued by associates. Unknown affiliation. Suspected of multiple low-level blue-collar crimes. Residing location currently unknown. Failed armed robbery? Maybe they're referring to this heist mission. It does state that he was rescued. Perhaps we fail the getaway and Eli is arrested and the next mission is to break him out of prison. After all, there is a secluded island in the middle of the map. Prison island? You know what? Call me a shill if you want. This description doesn't sound that bad, to be honest. Yeah, he definitely doesn't have the looks of Pierce or maybe Dex, but the whole brains/money entrepreneur aspect of Eli sounds decently intriguing. It really wouldn't have hurt to throw on a do-rag and a fitted cap and maybe some big ass chains to help his extremely nerdy image, in my opinion, though. Like, sure, Dex was the brains of the Saints, but they most definitely gangsterized him in the best way possible. Maybe this line here is foreshadowing something that'll happen with Eli. We do know out of the main cast, he's the least lethal, so maybe he'll end up turning on you. I don't know, this is just speculation at this point. Also, we have some insight on the boss. Regardless of your look, you are the ultimate murder machine that shoots first and asks later. The boss is overconfident and doesn't do well following orders. Ultimately, the boss is you. You get to decide who you want to be and do the things you want to do. Become self-made and form the new Saints. Of course, the customization options allow you to literally make the boss how you want them to look and speak too. On to the mugshot Info. Officers have reported sociopathic behavior at the time of encounters. Squad were unable to apprehend. Particularly proficient with automatic pistol and heavy weapons. Displays evidence of military training. Suspected ringleader. Appears to be leading observed known associates as de facto boss of the Saints. Well, all I can really say is cool. Hopefully the boss's personality is more like SR2, but from what we've seen in the CG trailer, well, let's just say we might have a bumpy road ahead of us. I'm assuming the military training that the police have suspected of the boss comes from maybe this cutscene here, as it looks like you're dressed up as a marshal. Also, canon features about the boss? Now the best for last, the obvious community favorite, Mr. Mike the Situation himself, Kevin. Kevin is part of the idols when we first meet him. He knows how to get attention and make some noise. He's their top DJ and people pleaser who knows the guy who knows the guy. He loves people, is super loyal to his friends, and he'd do anything for them. Loud and brash, he's also a thrill seeker. Moving on to the mugshot for some more insight, Volition states, wanted for multiple reported offenses including damage of county building property and public order offenses. Loud, brash, with left arm sleeve of identifying tattoos, easily spotted repeatedly without upper body clothing. Unconfirmed affiliate of the Idols gang. Unconfirmed rank within, but has been spotted at multiple gatherings. I don't know. Even after this report, I'm still not sold on Kevin. If I'm being serious for a moment and put away the sarcastic jokes, I really hope Kevin has a happy ending like Carlos. Okay, no, I'm kidding. In all seriousness, I hope throughout this story he'll grow as a character and become more serious about things. His fun-loving, no-shirt-wearing nature just seems extremely off, especially because he's surrounded by mass murderers. I just murdered an old lady in cold blood, then smashed my 40 ounce on her forehead. And now we're gonna casually talk about your cooking skill? I digress. Like I said before, Nina and Eli have potential, but I'm not sold on Kevin. I feel like from what we've seen, we're still missing that one character, that one person that we just all gravitate towards. No forced badass title, just one that comes naturally. We're missing that Johnny Gat character or that Julius member who's serious and highly respected. It's a shame we haven't seen any yet, but according to a Deep Silver employee who was a big part of working on the reboot marketing wall, there's a character that still hasn't been shown who's a big part of the Saints who he claims is his favorite character. Interesting to think about, only time will tell. But yeah, from the sounds of it, Volition is readying up their newest trailer set to drop when they're ready. I don't mind this post as it gave some more well-needed insight on the characters and customization. Although I'm still not sold on the crew, at least we have a little more knowledge of what we can expect. I like the big emphasis on the fact that they are criminals starting from the bottom. It sounds a lot better than the whole student debt thing. And hey, they didn't even mention that once. Nice. The only thing that worries me is that we won't be seeing a trailer for a while, considering that they are putting this newsletter piece out to the public. I'm guessing that's their way of kind of hinting that they still aren't ready to show stuff and are hoping this will hold us over for now. Until that time comes, stick with RPG for everything Saints Row related. I wanted to make sure everyone knew what came out a couple days ago in case you don't follow SR's Twitter. But yeah, speaking of Twitter, I'm going to do a very special Saints Row live stream when I hit 30k subscribers and 1k Twitter followers, which we are very close to doing. So follow me on Twitter so you can know when I'm taking a shit. Anyways, this has been your boy Papa RPG. Until next time, peace out.